What's up, gamers? My name is Tenpenny, and have I got a game to talk about today? Shovel Knight. It's one of those games that I consider a masterpiece, and I need you guys to play it. Literally, it's one of the games that made me fall in love with the indie game genre, and it's just a masterpiece in all that I can say. It came out in 2014. It was made by Yacht Club Studios, and you can tell that they wanted to make a game that was just a straight love letter to the NES style of video games. It's got the art style, it's got the fun factor, and it's just a game that I highly recommend, whether you are just wanting to get into indies and want to see what all the hype is about, or see what it's about, or even a game that's just your first video game ever. I highly recommend it. Just from everything about it, it's one of those games that I could just gush over because, man, I absolutely love this game. And let's dive in why I think you guys should play this. Alright, so first off, I am only going to be talking about the main Shovel Knight game. Yacht Club also released 3 other campaigns where you play as some of the other bosses in the game and learning about their story either as a prequel or a side story, and they're awesome in their own right, and they honestly deserve their own videos because I consider them separate games because there's different mechanics, play styles, and honestly vibes of the entire game that are completely different. So, while they're all packaged in one, I'm only going to be talking about the main Shovel Knight today. So, the gist of the story of Shovel Knight is Shovel Knight and Shield Knight are an adventuring duo. They love doing quests, going on adventures, everything that becomes part of that. And they're having a good old time. And then the evil enchantress captures the Shield Knight, and it's up to the Shovel Knight to go and through all the lands and fighting all these enemies, bosses, and all the knights of the Order of No Quarter, who are all the main bosses of the game. And you just go from world to world, leveling up, fighting with your trusty shovel, which is one of the best weapons ever created in a game because it is so simple, yet it's effective because you literally take the shovel and scoop all your problems away. I mean, don't we all wish we had that ability? But also, like I said in the Hollow Knight video from before, you also have the awesome ability to be able to pogo around, just jump on the heads of enemies, bounce around, and it's super satisfying to be able to land on top of an enemy and just keep bouncing and seeing how far you can make it without landing on the ground again. And that's the entirety of the game. It's simple. You have a shovel, you go fight enemies, and you bounce around. It's fun, simple, and I absolutely adore the game for that. I highly recommend it, like I've said many times already. But yeah, I highly love everything about this game. And honestly, the whole feel of the game is something to just treasure at. You also have just the love letter of this game towards the NES style of games, because they even made all the colors in the palette that the NES was limited to. They used it as an artistic style choice, which is super cool because it shows all the vibrant colors that were available, that if you can do it creatively, everything looks awesome, no matter how simple it is. And the love letter to these games doesn't stop there. You see, the big vibes definitely are from Mega Man, because there are different bosses who are all named something Knight, like something Man in Mega Man. Instead of having like Iceman, you have the Polar Knight, or you have the Treasure Knight, who's basically the Big Daddy, because you could definitely see him rocking around Rapture. And you have the Tinker Knight, which is a super cool boss that you weren't expecting, because literally he's this little guy who's walking around super weak, and then out of nowhere he calls his Gundam out, and it's Ogre, man. It's Ogre. But again, you can definitely feel the Mega Man vibes because you go from the world and run all throughout, doing all the different fights with all the menial enemies that you just have to learn how to go through. They're simple, usually one shovel swing and they're done, or be able to bounce around and move around them, easy enough. But again, it's fun to try and figure out what to do. As well as once you beat the bosses, you start unlocking different abilities. Well, it's not like changing your entire palette and getting a firebomb. You do unlock different items that let you get like a throwing axe or a fishing pole even. Just stuff to make the game more fun. You also just feel the Castlevania vibes through this game. Just the old NES style where you had to go explore through the caverns and you just find all these hidden gems, and even my favorite, the wall chicken. Like, just break down a wall, there's a chicken for you. Bring all your health back up. Exactly what you need. And it'll make you feel good right in the stomach. But even though that is a fun reference, you can also see it in the different items and abilities that you have. There's a pickaxe that you throw that arches just like the cross from the original games, and just the overall fighting style of some of these enemies, you can tell were ripped straight from it, and just with the love and care that you would expect from a love letter like this. As well as the overworld map, going between level to level, you see enemies attacking you, or because they just got in your way, and if you can't tell, it looks just like Mario World. Just being able to go through it and find the different levels, beat them, take it over, and just continue to progress and unlock more and more. And I just love what Yacht Club did with this game. It's an absolute treat to play. It's a love letter to every game in the NES. Just, you can tell that that's what they grew up on, and they want to share it with you. And I love it for it. I highly recommend this game if you're just about to start these new indie games and wanted to figure out a good place to start it, or even if you've never played a video game before, this is a great place to start. It's on every system. You can play it on your Switch, on the Wii U if you still have one. Mad respect if you still do. You can play it on the Xbox, both the new and the Xbox One. You can play it on the PS4 and 5. And honestly, you can play it on your computer, whether it be a PC or a Mac. It's open to everybody, so if you can, I highly recommend playing it. It's a gem, and I really can't wait to see what you guys believe, because it's one of my favorite games, and I think it's going to be one of yours as well. But that's going to do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching so much, and if you like what you see, why don't you hit that subscribe button? I try to make some new videos every week or so, and I also try to stream on here as well, and all my socials are down below. So leave a like, let me know in the comments what is your favorite game, because I'm always looking forward to new games to be able to talk about and make videos on. But either way, you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep on gaming.